Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Songs of the Same Name on the Scratch a Track podcast presented by the Dude and Grimm Show. I am the Dude.
And I'm Grimm, and today we are going to talk about all we need. All I need, really.
All I need. Yeah, fuck you, just me. All I need.
Well, I just collectively, sort of.
The royal we.
The royal we.
Yeah.
Or I, in this case. Okay. So, the first version is by a French duo, goes by the handle of Air, and then All I Need by Radiohead.
By Radiohead. Yes. Did you ever see the movie The Air Up There with Kevin Bacon where he goes to Africa?
Dude,
he plays basketball in that tribe.
That's one that...
Not to get off topic, but...
I might have seen it, but what I really remember most is just the fucking cover from the video store. And probably the preview once or twice too that I saw that,
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
Well, because the preview was probably on a movie that you really liked, right? Yeah. So, and you're not gonna fast forward through that when you're a kid.
No.
Wow. So really, we are here to talk about All I Need.
Oh shit!
This one went far afield real quick. Yeah. All right. Anyways, so All I Need by the French duo Air and Radiohead. Now, when did you hear about Air? When would you get into them? Because this song is like, what, 97? Or Moon Safari is 1998.
Yeah. I ended up getting introduced to Air by a friend in college. Kate.
Which friend was this? Oh, okay.
And yeah, I always liked this album. I just thought it was... the whole album is really great. It's pretty just kind of real spacey.
Dude,
real
it
spacey.
Is. Like I've only listened to it a handful of times, but it's got a good feel to it, man. Real chill. Like, dude, it sounds like Air, right? It sounds like you're on a moon safari.
It really does. And this song is kind of interesting. Well, I guess they do have... The album predominantly features vocals, but I don't believe that either Nicholas Godin or Jean-Benoit Dunkel sing. I think usually they have guests. I could be wrong. But I mean, at least this song predominantly features guest vocals by Beth Hirsch.
Right. Yeah, and the story that I kind of heard about it is that, dude, they all lived like in the same district, like in France. And so, like, she was going over to record and at some producer's house, and one of the members, I want to say it's Nicholas Godin, was there, and they just said, hey, you might as well just join up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and then they became the originals, and then they became the new originals, and then they were like, well, we could go back to the regulars, but then they became Air. So
yeah.
So for all you fact checkers out there, follow that one.
Yeah, and one thing I really there are so many. This album is like a guidebook of how to use vintage electric pianos and synthesizers and stuff. I mean, they're all used so well, and their other albums the same thing. I don't know if you ever listened. They did the soundtrack to the movie The Virgin Suicides. That's listened to it. Awesome album too.
Yeah. So if you've seen the movie, Sofia Coppola directed it. If you've seen the movie, you like the soundtrack. This is the band that like did the soundtrack to that movie. So that's pretty dope.
Yep.
But dude, it's a really kind of sexy, chill track.
It is.
It's got some depth to it. I really like it. Her voice is just gorgeous.
I know.
Really, really, great end parts. They double the vocals. Got some good background harmonies that she does as well. Very, very cool.
Dude, I think it's also the Solina String Ensemble. That to me, that is that sound of just like Air, like it. Not exactly like what Phil Lesh was talking about, where he wanted to get thick air.
No,
this is more just a lot of space, a lot of headroom.
Space. Going glacial.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a music video for this as well, directed by somebody named Mike Mills, and he is actually
From REM.
No, not from REM.
Oh, isn't there a Mike Mills in REM? Maybe I'm wrong.
Probably. I used to work with a Mike Mills, but all different people. Okay, I guarantee it. But yes, I mean, dude, Mike Mills. I mean, it's somewhat. It's not like Steve Johnson or something, but it's somewhat generic, right?
No, it's got to be this. There's only one from the.
Yeah. Anyways,
he's an American multi-instrumentalist from the band REM.
No, all right. So, anyways, this dude Mike Mills, he's also done videos for Moby. He did a video for Yoko Ono, if you've ever heard of her. Dude, he also, check this shit out, dude, worked as a graphic designer on promotional material and album covers for Beck and the Beastie Boys. So
that's cool.
He's worked with some cool people. He's done some documentary stuff and a few feature films actually. But
okay,
the video's interesting because it's one of those ones that it's not just the song. Like it has that. It's kind of strange. It's like an interview of sort of a couple about them falling in love and whatnot, and it has their kind of the questions and their answers. It's very interesting the way that kind of was done.
Yeah. And it looks like they live somewhere in Southern California, and
that's what I was
frequent the skate park.
Yes, it looks like that. Which I found interesting because you just think of this is a French duo and they're making a music video in Southern California about this couple in love.
Yeah.
When I think about dude, place to be in love, man, Paris, right? Paris.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's where you want to be in love. But anyways, they went to SoCal. It seems like in a skate park there because why not? Why not?
Yeah, either that or yeah.
Moving on to Radiohead's "All I Need."
Okay.
It is the the fifth and final single off "In Rainbows," which is their 2007 album. Which,
wow,
man, if you can have 5 singles on an album, that's a hell of an album. Which I will say, "In Rainbows" is, gosh, I'm trying to think, probably my 3rd favorite album of theirs, if I'm thinking of all of them correctly.
Oh wow, okay.
For me personally, but dude, yeah, their version, "All I Need," is very similar. I mean, there's sexy songs. This one's very
This
slow.
one's a little darker though.
It has a little more of a darker, as you would expect,
yeah.
Right? But it is still sexy and slow, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can dig that. It's really thick. I love the synth kind of bass. That's nice. And when the piano comes in, I feel like that's a really nice contrast as well. Or I should say comes in like more.
It's
more
builds,
of a it really builds up. Yeah.
I think about 2/3 of the way through the song is really where it kind of comes in, and the cymbals really come in too.
Mm-hmm.
And the song, and then he starts, doing his Tom York thing and kind of, I don't know, moaning or whatever you want to say, but he does that. But it's cool, man. It's got some good imagery, good words. Like the ones that stand out to me are, "I'm a moth who just wants to share your light. I'm an insect who just wants to get out of the night." Like I just kind of think that's pretty.
What
cool,
is the
man,
one where he says something like "waiting in your parked car"?
I don't know.
I thought you had them
different ways. No, I just put notes of my favorite ones.
We'll add that one.
Really, really good. Add it to the list. A really good one. So yeah, they. I think that they debuted this song. It says in 2006 in Chicago, and it's kind of a fun thing. Like they had just, I guess, kind of come up with it before the show or had been working on it, but they never really played it before. And so Tom York was like, "Yeah, we might get this wrong and screw it up." But then when they got back to wherever they were going to do to record it, they actually used a bootleg fan recording as a reference when they were working it out in the studio. And he was like, it's so weird because we're using like a fan's like mobile phone recording of it to remind us of how it went and everything. That's pretty cool.
That is really sweet. Oh, it's "I'm an animal trapped in your hot car."
So there's that. Sounds like fun. Dude, you can go to jail for that shit.
Oh yeah, man.
Like big trouble. But dude, Tom York also said the final version of the song is actually a combination of 4 different recordings. And I'm curious, is like, how would you merge, I don't know, 4 different recordings? I mean, everything would have to be played in time, right? I mean,
yeah, for the most part, but if I'm not mistaken, well, it could just be Phil Selway is either playing one of those kits that's like sample triggers, or they just produce the drums to sound a little more like samples. But I mean, yeah, if you know, I'm sure they probably use a click track or something. So in that case, you could just go seamlessly. I mean, sure. I've done that within songs. You record a couple takes of them, and you like the end on this one better, and you slice it right on the waveform or right before it.
Yeah, because I know I don't know, I'm sure a lot of people who haven't seen the Highway 61 Revisited episode, Dylan would do that too. He'd take like the second half of one song or one take and merge it with the first half of the other and do things. I think the Doors did that on the end. I think they
I would imagine
the end a couple times because it's a long ass song, but they ended up taking I think they did it in like 1 or 2 times recordings if I remember correctly, and they took like the second half for the first part and the first part of the second half or the first half of the second one. I don't know. But anyways, so dude, this music video is kind of trippy too.
It really was.
I liked it. It basically, if people haven't seen it, it's kind of like the side by side of these basically 2 boys from different socioeconomic situations, and
very different. Like going to school and the other's going to work in a factory.
Dude, so in one of them's it's a young Asian boy, and he's working in a sweatshop shoe factory, and the other kid is just like a privileged white kid, and he's going to school and learning. He's sitting at the table eating breakfast. But the one thing that I thought was so cool was at the end, because you see that
he takes off his shoe and he finishes making another one.
Yeah, the boy is working in like a shoe factory, and he takes off his shoe, and the boy finishes it, and they both set him down, kind of like next to each other on the screen. I thought that was really powerful.
I did too. Cool. That was a real. That was an intense moment.
Definitely. So, all right, Grimm, you're all I need. This podcast is all I need. Well, no, actually, I need a job so I can make money too. But, anyways, do you have a favorite here? Do you have one that you prefer, man?
Depends on what, man.
What's the mood, dude?
It's really hard because I really do like both of these a lot. I think I'd probably take Radiohead just because I just I like the darkness of it, but that's a tough one. Yeah, and then there's that beat drop, dude. That beat drop is pretty classic in this song.
Pretty classic. Yeah, it's tough for me because, it's kind of on our previous one. And if you haven't seen it, we did a songs of the same name with Queens of the Stone Age for Burn the Witch.
I thought Radiohead. For sure you were going to talk about Creep, Radiohead, TLC.
But we did that one too. And it's pretty dope, man. And so I think one of my reasonings was I was like, well, I went with the Queens of the Stone Age one because, Burn the Witch, I was like, I like that song, but it's not one of my favorite songs of theirs or on the album, but I still like it. I would, in this case, I would actually probably still have to go with the Radiohead one. I mean, I do really like the All I Need one, and they're so different in their moods. So I
know
it's
because you can catch me in the other mood where I'd definitely go with Air, but
yeah. Dude, you're going to catch me in the mood where I'm going to put on the Air up there. So.
Dude, I hope so.
Yes.
Can we? Man, I don't know if we have time, but.
We don't have time. No, we don't. No, we don't.
All right. We don't. I was just thinking we don't have time. For the icon, we could we gotta go. Remake the cover.
We're not remaking the cover. So before we start laughing our asses off again, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We have more songs of the same name on the way. Usually it's on a Monday. So check out our Monday episodes. And on Wednesdays, we do full scratches of full albums. So check us out. I know he's looking it up right now. So I'm just going to say, here we go. The Dude and Grimm Show. We're out.
Songs of the Same Name is produced by the Dude and Grimm. Additional music provided by More. That's ... MORE. And the Tims, TIMNZ. Copyright 2020. The Dude and Grimm Show.